Hey guys, so today we are making a no-bake caramel pecan cheesecake, and we've made cheesecakes on the channel before, but this one has a little more going on and it's gonna be delicious, super simple. I mean, the fact that we don't have to turn on our oven just makes life so much easier. So we're gonna start off with our crust. I have all my ingredients laid out. We are using almond flour as our base. We have some sweetener, our butter, and some pecans, okay? So to start off, we have to melt our butter. Put it in for about 20-30 seconds just until it's melted. And then I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make a crust. Okay, so we have our melted butter, almond flour. This is just very fine blanched almond flour. We have our sweetener here, and I will link like anything that I use throughout the video. I will link it in the description below so that if you guys wanna check them out, then they're down there for you, okay? So this is our sweetener. Beautiful. This thing is hot. Okay, so now we're just gonna give this a good mix, and it's gonna resemble kind of like wet sand. So now that we have it all mixed, I'm just gonna set it aside, and we are going to roughly chop our pecans because we are going to add them right into our crust. So for this, you can do them whole, but I feel like a rough chop would be nice so that you still get the crunch, but they're not, you know, huge pieces of pecans. Okay, so I left some pieces that are a little bigger. Now we're just going to add it right into our crust. We're just using pecans because it is a caramel pecan cheesecake. But this is just, it adds to the texture and I love it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put our pie dish, and we're just gonna pour the mixture right in. Okay. Okay, and now we are just gonna use our little spatula. You can use your hand, and we're just gonna press the crust right in. You can also make like a little lip here, you know, like a border. Okay, so our crust is formed. Now I'm gonna put this in the fridge while we make our sauce and make our filling because we do wanna kind of let the crust set and kind of solidify. Not solidify, but more set. Here we're gonna get started on our caramel sauce. Super simple, 3 ingredients. It's just butter, sweetener, and heavy cream. So I have my pan at about a medium low heat, okay? We're gonna start off with our butter. So all we're gonna do is toss this right into our pan. Melt that. And we're just gonna stir this until our butter starts to get kind of like an amber color, and then we're gonna add in the other ingredients. So there's little bubbles on here, but as you can tell, this is a nice amber color already. So we are going to add in our sweetener. Okay, stir this in. Our last ingredient is our heavy cream. So now we just have it at a really, really low heat, almost just like a simmer. This is what you're looking for. Okay, so I brought out my mixing bowl. You can also do it with a hand mixer or even just like a whisk, but the whisk is definitely gonna use some arm muscle. Here we have 2 blocks of softened cream cheese. I actually just put this in the microwave for about 30 seconds until, as you can tell, it's just nice and like creamy. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this right into our bowl. And do you guys like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I got a clear bowl so that you guys can see everything in there. Okay, here we go. We have our blocks of cream cheese. And what we're gonna do first is cream this so that it gets nice and airy. So right now what we're gonna do is cream the cream cheese with our sweetener. And this is powdered sweetener. If you have granular sweetener, guys, if you have granular either run it through a blender, through a food processor, or even like a coffee grinder, yeah, it'll feel kind of grainy. So you don't really want that. So this is already powdered, so we're just gonna toss that in. Let's go ahead and add our vanilla extract and our lemon juice. Yeah, this is regular cheesecake has lemon juice, so that's what gives it kind of like that authentic cheesecake taste. And we're gonna do this on like a medium high. Ooh, that's good. Okay, so our cream cheese was the perfect temperature, which is why it just all blended and basically melted all together. So I do have another mixing bowl for us to move on to the next step, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to transfer this really quickly into a bowl. Okay. Like cheesecake. Okay, so we have our bowl. Let's go ahead and make our whipped cream. We're gonna whip up our cream, and this here, what this is gonna do is give it height. So we're gonna do this on high. We're just whipping up. We're just gonna whip up our heavy cream. What I'm gonna do is throw in our cream cheese filling right in there, and then we're gonna fold it. We're not gonna turn on our stand mixer anymore because you wanna fold this. Okay. So now we are just going to fold the cream cheese filling into the heavy cream, or into our whipped cream. You don't want to just stir it in, because you do want some of the fluff from the whipped cream. That's the texture. Let's go ahead, and I grabbed my crust from the fridge, and now we're just gonna go ahead and pour in our mixture. Wow. I'm telling you guys, this is so easy. And it is so worth it. This is perfect to take on for a birthday, a picnic. Okay, so we poured the filling over our crust. We're gonna set this aside. We have our caramel sauce that we made a little earlier. It's already cooled down. So now what we're gonna do is quickly just roast some pecan stovetop. This only takes about a minute. So we're gonna do a cup. So I'm gonna roast this on the stovetop, and I'll show you what we're doing next. All right, so this is how you know your pecans or any nuts are done, is when they become nice and fragrant. Smells good. We're gonna do a rough chop. Of course, you can just leave them like this whole, but I really feel that it's gonna look a little better, and two, like it'll just change the texture because it's gonna be like little bits and pieces. So anyway, but they look beautiful. So we roughly chopped our pecans, and now we have our caramel sauce right here from earlier. So let's go ahead and pour in our pecans. Now, look at this. Guys, this right here. Okay, so our topping's done. Now we're just gonna add our topping, and then we're gonna let it set in the fridge for about 4 hours. Go big or go home, baby. Okay, let's go. Oh my God. Mmm. So good. This is bomb. For real. Guys, I'm gonna leave a link to the recipe in the description below. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks again for being here. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.